I graduated in 2009, and I am now currently a teacher in Loudoun County Public Schools. Yes, I teach history. And so I'm so happy to see all of you guys here for the 2nd annual Alumni Band. So on behalf of Josh Richards and the entire Alumni Association, thank you for supporting us, and thank you for supporting the band. I want to quickly note that the band is heading to Macy's, so if you've been living under a rock, hopefully you've heard this. If you've been living under a rock, I'm telling you now. So please take some time to support the band and donate to the band as they head up to Macy's this Thanksgiving. Make sure you watch them on TV, or if you get a chance to go up to New York, please do. But we want you to support the band and give back to the organization that's given us so much. And I appreciate that. Yes, please.
Yeah, just to, I've been heading up a lot of the volunteers that have been calling this fall, and if you've already donated, thank you. Alumni raised about $25,000 for this trip, which is huge considering none of us have been out of school more than 10 years at the most. So you've already donated. Awesome. Awesome job. I was so impressed when I heard the numbers come back. But if you haven't, there's still time. It's still a good cause. Making sure these kids have a great experience, and more importantly, we put UVA on the map in a way it's never been before. So, thank you.
And we just thank you all for that encouragement and for your donations and things. And now for the man who, has built this band and made it what it is, and we all love him. He does so much for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who runs this band, our band director, Dr. Pease.
Really great to see all of you here, and it was great to see Sean, who I remember when we first started the band. He was like our guy, Sean, remember that? The first couple of rehearsals, it was amazing. I think you were in the basketball band there too, weren't you? Yeah, and the cool thing was, Land of a Thousand Dances was our tough tune. That was tough. And it was so funny, we took about 20 students out last night. We played for a fundraising thing for about 15 minutes. They gave us $15,000, which was nice. Whoa. That was awesome. The best part of that was, we're looking through and it was dark over there, and I couldn't see it all, but they could see a little bit, and I'm like, hey, what tunes, we gotta play something, we haven't practiced, and then any basketball band stuff, and they're flipping through the book, and I said, all right, let's do Happy, because we're really excited about, happy about the gift, and let's do something else, and I said, what's else, and one of the kids flipped through, hey, this is like a high school chart, let's play that. And I thought to myself, okay, full circle, and like, oh, we can all read that. I'm like, oh. And they, everything. But I'll never forget that. Looking at those trumpets in the basketball band was before we had, a lot of studs in here, like we had over the years. But I remember we were in U-Haul, which is almost condemned at this point. And I remember Sean going back, and we used to have to rehearse it. 20, 30 times, and they're going like, wiping her lip and doing this, and as we start the tune, someone's got to run to the restroom or do this, and they really didn't have to, but their chops were blowing out. And it's just so funny seeing these guys. But the one, I say this every year we do this, the 157 that started this band really took a big leap forward, okay? And it was amazing to see. I hope when you go see the band today, all of you have made a positive impact in some way in that band. Some traditions have changed over time, and they will. They'll change way after I'm gone and you're gone. But you put a lot of positive things in front of them. I read that little thing, or saw that video Kirby put together. He sent it to me, and he said, hey, you want to comment on all, people, alumni guys have questions and this and that. I said, no, I don't want to comment on this. I said, that's not that I don't want to do it. It was very emotional to look at and very difficult to deal with, and I didn't really want to break down emotionally putting something on YouTube. So I said, because I know how that all happens, and I said, the memes, and I guess that stuff's kind of past, and there's always something next. But it was really cool to see those questions. But I thought a few of you had some interesting questions. Things like, where do you see the band going, and I thought this is a good time for me to tell you where I see the band going. I would like for you, I'm going to challenge you. What do you have? You said something about the Macy's parade. that's great, and, everything will be fine, and I appreciate the gifts, and that's awesome for us to be able to do it. But my challenge to you is, and this will be way after I'm gone, I've got 5 years max to do this, but I'm challenging you in the next 10 years, let's endow the band. Not out of your money, but let's find people to endow the band. We've got about 6 spots endowed. 6 spots, okay? That's a good start. Took Ohio State 100 years. Let's do it. It's $25,000, not asking you to pay, but you might know somebody that can. We got $25,000 per spot. We have 320 in the band. We've been cutting the band down to that number now. It works out fine. We're plenty loud. That's not a problem. And we still have woodwinds. Okay. Yes, they are. And actually, we cut more brass players this year than we did woodwinds, so believe it or not. Yeah. Whether you believe it or not, that's the way it is. So, but I'm challenging you guys to do it. I will not be here to see it done. No way. Okay, I will be in Florida, and I've already gone. And we are moving to Florida in 5 years. So you, however, will be here. And I will hopefully just come limping back every 10 years to see the band and you guys perform and alumni band and see these guys going. But I think we could do it. I really do. Now, it's hard to do it right now where I'm doing Macy's and this and that. But, you're gonna see me start saying things like, hey, I'm gonna push the university to do it. We've got it going. But that way, these guys will have even more than you ever had and push the band even further. I don't think the band is where it can be yet. I think it's at a very high level right now. But it could be even better. Not necessarily on the field, and that's all great. A better experience for the students. That's what I want to see. The best possible experience we can get for all of them and still do great academically. Because that's our challenge, okay, for us. We're always going to have great players come in here. Okay, great attitudes, unbelievable people, but I want to make it last for a very, very long time. The building is endowed now. That's done. So that was about $5 million. That's done. So we don't have to worry about this building ever. That name will never come off marching band. I'm just going to will always be there. There's not the music department, art department. No one else can come in and say, well, we want it for the orchestra, we want it for the choir. No, that is in writing. It cannot change, which is awesome. But I want to make it to where this lasts forever, for you guys to be able to come back too. So you're going to see some things over the next couple of years, and I think we can do it. So we'll see. Are any trips planned in the next couple of years? I don't know. If the football team doesn't do well, we're going to have to plan something. And that's why we've been doing. That's why I did that for these guys. But the university's given us quite a bit of money. We're going for 5 days, leaving on Monday, coming back on Friday. It'll be like a big bowl trip for these guys, and we've tried to make sure that everyone's had a trip while they've been here to be part of the band. That's not the point of being in the band, but obviously it's a lot of fun to go spend some time. A lot of your greatest memories are when we did this or did that, or hopefully just went out there and performed, or even at practice. But I'm really, really proud of what we've got going on here. Obviously, Mr. Cook's been great, and we're glad to have Mike Itzier back. We just hired Friday a fourth director. He's our drum guy. Larry Colley will be one of the band directors as well now. Andrew Bennett Jackson, but is in here right now? ABJ? Okay. ABJ took a job at Drexel, or took a grad assistantship at Drexel in material science, which he's been waiting for years. The greatest ABJ story is he comes in my office 2 weeks ago and starts crying. Oh my gosh, what's wrong? ABJ, he's an emotional guy. He comes in, I said, what's wrong? Mr. Cook yell at you? He's like, no. He said, I got this opportunity. I don't want to let the band down. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I got this assistantship to go to Drexel, but I know it's in September, and you guys are going to be struggling and without, an administrative person here. And I said, no, you got to take this. He's like, well, I'll be back for every game day. I'm like, ABJ, relax. Just go. And he's like, are you serious? I'm like, yes, why would we not want you to go? And he was so emotionally into the band. He's like, I can't leave you. I feel like, it's going to be hard to get somebody that knows what they're doing and throughout the year. And I said, don't worry about it. But that's the type of person that you have working for you. And it's down the line. I mean, it's truly incredible. And he's one of you guys, obviously, but it was really, he's just a super, super person and never cares about any credit. But you might see him, I think he did come back today, and but But, you know, he's at Drexel doing a wonderful job, so I'm really excited for him. But that's the type of people that we get the chance to see and work with. I mean, we're just unbelievable. I know Mr. Cook's got some drill for you guys to work on. Someone asked me, I was telling Matt Gilwa, I said, you know, I like to do when we bring you guys back to do tunes we've done before, so you guys aren't under a lot of stress, and it makes it a fun experience. Plus, you can hear the band play something that maybe you played when you were in the band. We obviously could do something else. Next week, we start a Halloween show. We finally have a Halloween. So we make a skeleton and do that kind of thing, and make a pumpkin, and play Ghostbusters. You missed it by about 8 years. But it should be a lot of fun. But I talked to Woody about this. The Tuesday of Thanksgiving week, there is a basketball game here, which poses a problem. We're in New York City. Well, you're right. So it's alumni band and basketball. Well, so you will see an email after this weekend saying if you're interested, dusting off the chops, coming back and playing in the basketball band. It'll be all alumni band. It won't be any of our guys. So if you're interested in doing it, you guys are going to show up 2 hours before the game, rehearse with Woody, and then go over and do the game. So if you're interested in doing it, or if you know somebody that might be, we'll send them information out. We'll send it out next week. You guys put the list together. And we'll keep the book fairly short, only 30, 40 tunes. And no, you'll be fine. But no, it should be very cool. I'll be in New York City on the cam watching it. And what are you doing? It'll be great. Actually, Tuesday night we're going to the Rockettes. So there you go. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Mrs. Smith bought that as an extra thing for the band. She paid $50,000 for us to go and do that. So that's not part of the other $250. So anyway, a lot of great stuff's going on. All right, let's get tuned up a little bit. Chris, you want to start us here? Here we go.
TJ Clements, Chase Collins, Woody Wingfield, Dave Knight. With those four now, we've started a Cavalier Marching Band Hall of Fame, and they will be selecting people now every year to add into that. We're very blessed to have some tremendous people here, but this year they picked 5, and these 5 will be in the Hall of Fame, and then be picking more every year. But I'd like to have them come forward and just say a word or two about each one of them. First is our, in no particular order, they're all great, but our first featured twirler ever, traveled with us in high school. Unbelievable kid, and just did a tremendous job for us, and just a super, super person. Let's have her come forward. Erica Serendi! I try to keep this non-emotional here. All right. The next person, I think he's marched longer than anybody else in the band. He's the grandfather or the big dad in the band. And he represents the baritone section. Kyle Craig! There's Kyle. He wasn't the oldest member of the band, though. The oldest member of the band came over when I started the band and said, Bill, I'll do anything. I said, well, I need members. I only have 4. He said, well, I'm 20-some years old. What do you want me to do? I said, march. I need somebody. I need a good trumpet player. He goes, well, I'm pretty good, but not as good as I used to be. I said, well, I need you to do that. I need you to drive the gator. I need you to load the truck. I need your help with uniforms. I need your help with food, make sandwiches. I need you to do just about everything for me. He said, sure. And drove over from Harrisonburg to do it for me. And all the alumni know him. Matt Taskey. We got, next is a guy that lived his life when he was in the Cavalier Marching Band about fixing everybody else's problems. It was always helping others, and still is today by getting Cavalier Marching Band people jobs, which is nice. Well, good jobs. But he was Mr. Fix-It. Computer this, computer that, I'll fix this, I'll fix that. Never wanted the glory. He's getting his glory today. Kirby Chin! Last but not least is one of our drum majors, a 3-year drum major. Came to us as a clarinet player, tremendous clarinet player, went through the comm school and has gone on and done some tremendous things outside of the Cavalier Marching Band, but makes his way back here every year to see what these guys are doing. Super, super intense, great musician, and cares a ton about this band. Mr. Brian Myers. All right, go to the center. These 5. Let's give it up for these guys. This is our Hall of Fame class this year. Unbelievable. Can we get all the other alumni that are back, Cavalier Marching Band, to join them there in the center? And let's give these guys a hand too. All of our alumni that are back here. Come on, get out there. Come on. This is why this band is the way it is today. Because of you. Awesome.
Watch me, don't drag.
The good old song of Wahoo we'll sing it o'er and o'er. It cheers our hearts and warms our blood to hear them shout and roar. We come from old Virginia, where all is bright and gay. Let's all join hands and give a yell for dear